Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain back for some more Dungeons and Dragons Online. So if you watched the last of my Minds of Tethia videos, you'll know, unfortunately, those ones I didn't know so well. So I did something a little bit different, having the other party members kind of take the lead. But we're back to content that I do know and I do know well. So we'll be back to our normal style videos here. Alright, so for these ones here, we are going to be doing Sharn. In order to access Sharn, you could do so either from the airship or from the harbor. There is a port kind of on the docks, and it will tell you to take you to Sharn, and it will mention that. Alright, so this is Chain 2. In order to access Chain 2, you do need to have first completed Chain 1, which is up top here on the right hand side of the map. Once you've completed all of them, you'll be able to head down here. This guy is the guy who kind of gives you the whole quest chain. It tells you in order. So the first quest is actually bestowed by Aloevain, and it is a quest called No Refunds. Now, like the first chain, how you all went to the airship, this one will all be bestowed right here on this tower. So you'll just select which entrance you want and head on in. Alright, so for this quest here, obviously we're going to start just like every other video. We're going to start with the hireling. We're going to get the buffs going, and we are taking a little bit of time to load in. I've noticed that we've been getting a lot more lag recently. It could be because at the time of recording this video, they haven't actually released the new event, which is actually set to come out sometime next week. So again, this is kind of a backlog video, so by the time you're watching this, the event should already be out. But yeah, the magic of video. Alright, so for this one here, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head inside, and you're going to want to talk to this guy. Or no, not talk to this guy. You're going to want to just wait for them to finish talking, and then we'll be able to access the security barrier control, heading in to talk to the store manager. Once you talk to him, so once you talk to the store manager, he is going to tell you want to get some additional information, but you can talk to these guys here and, you know, whatever. So we're actually going to head off to the left here, heading west, going through the security barrier control. Now, while you're going through, you will have groups of enemies. Some of which are those lovely Arco technicians with their rune arms, though they're not as deadly as they don't cast the tactical detonation like the ones from the previous chain. But that force damage can still do a decent amount of damage, so you will want to watch out there. And honestly, this first fight is the hardest, as it encompasses so many, so just watch yourself there. Let's get a quick top up on heals. Alright, so from here you do want to head in. Now as you are going, you will come across these notes. As you see, there are a total of 4 notes. They are randomly strewn. As well, randomly strewn, you are going to find a total of 4 crests, which you will use to open up this door here. Typically with the crest, there are 2 on the bottom floor, so the one we're on now, and then there will be 2 on the upper floor, which we will get to, obviously, once we're done this bottom floor. So I do recommend kind of going, you know, 1 floor at a time. And while you are going, I definitely recommend using Q and E, as it'll really help you to find those crests. Oh yeah, that's another thing. They do stack up behind, so unfortunately wasn't paying attention, and the hireling was killed. So yeah, really with this one, there's not really good piking area, other than the very, very beginning. It also looks like the hireling ran off to a section we hadn't actually gone to yet, so not entirely my fault. Alright, so here we are back at the start. Alright. Alright, so while you're going, you will come across this elevator here. This can take you to the second floor. Now just to the left of the elevator, we'll have a room here. The sign does say to changing rooms. You can actually access this section here, and it will have some more of these spawn patrols. Sometimes you can find crests or notes in these rooms, so you do also want to give them a look, especially if you are going for that full completion there. Alright, so we didn't happen to get that. What we can do, however, is head down at the bottom, and it's actually going to have us a nice little kind of storage room. Now, as you actually approach the door there, and attempt to open it, it will spawn in a guy, this guy to be specific. You can also break these breakables, which once broken will convert into security constructs. Now I definitely recommend killing them first. Now with the big guy here, if you do have adamantine damage blockers, that is what you want to use. However, what you can also do is from here, if you are able to actually get up on this little bit here, you can use range damage to shoot him, and he will be unable to attack you. So here we are. He kind of hops in. And from this position, he won't be able to hit you. As you can see from Wolf, he can do a little bit of damage. So sometimes he's a little difficult, and even on solo. But from up top here, again, you are completely safe from his attacks. Making it really easy to kill him to get that free experience. Inside, you do have a chest, which will provide some random loot, nothing special. And then we can proceed deeper in. So now that we've completed everything here on the ground floor, all that's left is to head up. Now there are two ways up. There is the ramp, corkscrew there, or again you can head into our elevator and then just push the lift button here. That will take us up to the second floor, and again we got a lift button here. Now if you're on the wrong floor, you can push the lift button to call it down to you and kind of go from there. So same thing like before. There will be a couple of crests and some notes, which again the notes are strewn randomly throughout the quest. And the crest, there's typically 2 on the upper and 2 on the lower floor. If you are with the party and everybody is picking up, just make sure you communicate when you do, as if you are trying to go for speed, it just helps to communicate when you've picked one up, so you can keep a running total. Alright, let's get ourselves another quick top-up heal. Alright. No. Another note. Want to check behind here because yeah, there was a crest right here, so you do want to check, you know, behind as well, as if I would have just continued on the front because the note was there. Would have had to go all the way around again to re-find that crest. Alright, so once you have all 4 crests, you can of course hop down to the bottom and go through the door. You can also finish your route around just to make sure there's nothing left. So the one direction we didn't go, and sometimes it does spawn up here, it can actually spawn on this table here. When it does, you'll often see some of the shield guardians standing guard on the sides. Picking up the crest will activate them. Alright, so now that we have all the crests, we do want to hop down to this bottom level, and we can place these crests inside. There we are. Now you want to move through this section here. Now, as you can see, there are some enemies here, even around the corner. Really simple concept here. Now, once everyone is defeated, of course you can go ahead and grab your collectible, but then you want to proceed through this door here, and just kind of deeper into the storage facility area. Now again, you can come across notes in this section. We should actually have one up top there, as well as a few guards. Alright, at the top you will have a worker construct and a few other enemies. The worker construct you can usually take out before it even starts moving. It's not really too difficult. And then again, some enemies up top. Once everyone is dead, you do want to find this little gnome here and talk to them. They are the person that we're looking for, the informant there. And again, come across any additional guys, say hello. Of course, we're going to grab our last note there. There we go. Alright, so we're going to head all the way up and through. Now, at the very top, on this table, you are going to find a tarnished key. You do want to make sure that you pick it up. And we'll actually be able to head through this door right here. Now at the top of this door, you'll notice a whole bunch of these constructs. Now you can hop on the beam and just charge at them. If you are a ranged type character, you can also, again, pull them one at a time just by manually targeting them. By hovering your mouse reticle over top of them. This makes it a lot easier to deal with them one at a time rather than all at once. From here, you do want to head across the beam and hop onto the giant corkscrew here in the center. Now, as you're going, you do want to head up to the top. All the way. Now you'll see a door. Head on through the door and you'll have a small little puzzle. It's a simple enough puzzle. Go. Now once that is done, we actually have a little hidden door. So if you hop on this lampshade right here outside the door, onto the beam, across, and onto the other lampshade here, we will be able to open the door. Inside there is going to be a chest and a whole bunch of pressure plates. Now when this content first came out, this chest was actually unopenable. It had a open lock on it that was just ridiculously too high, or rather it could not be picked. Now at least you can pick it. I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember that you could not actually obtain this chest. You can come here, you get the traps, but you can never actually open that chest. From here you do want to head back onto the little platform. The easiest way is to literally just run straight across so you don't hit your head. Then we're going to head back here again. So now we need to head across this section. Again, it does have some of those security constructs, so we can shoot them one at a time. There we go. And then we want to head across. Now don't worry if you fall. If you fall, you can just make your way back up here. And if you're with the party, again, you can use the light shades to jump across. And again, if you are with a party, only one person has to make it. Once you make it, you can pull this lever, which will actually drop a ladder down to the second floor here, allowing you to just climb up. Alright, so at this point here, once you've solved the puzzle up top there, the rune is lit up above the door, allowing you to actually open the door and proceed in. Now this is be on your way to the end fight here, so that shrine is kind of a last ditch before the boss. Now at the top here, again, we're going to have some of these crates. If we break the crates, they are going to spawn in constructs. Now the fight won't actually start until you get closer in. And I do recommend grabbing these just to get those extra kills. Now the boss himself is not too difficult, as you see Wolf tanking him there. But he can cause knockdown effects, so if you do have a healer, it definitely helps to toss a couple of heals. And after that, you just want to take them down. So I definitely recommend the Manicore first. They have a lot less hit points. And then just focus on the main boss. Once he's down, it's not actually completion yet. We need to grab the book right in front of the chest. So after that, he's dead. Grab your book. That's quest completion. As you see, 30,000. It took 20 minutes. Obviously, you could zerg this a little bit faster, and if you split up with a group, even faster yet. The end chest here, again, can have some named items, none of which I actually need at the moment, so I will not be re-rolling the loot. But that's it for the first part of Sharn. Fairly simple, fairly quick, and a decent amount of experience. From here, just go ahead and recall out, and that'll be it for the first part of second half of Sharn. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.